Howdy folk, today we are playing Mono Aggro in Phyrexia all will be one standard. We're checking out new cards, Phyrexian Vindicator and Skrelv Defector Mite to see if they can give this deck the shot in the arm it might have needed. Alrighty, let's get into the game. We're going first, and yeah, you got the Hopeful Initiate on one. Got some other creatures on two. I mean, that's the plan. Let's see how good it is. Alright, opponent leads on a Zataria's Proving Ground. Skrelv is not bad, but I think we'd rather get this Intrepid Adversary down. Get some damage in on our opponent. This way, next turn, we can train the Initiate. Oh, they have the Grasp, but it's taking some damage to do that. Alrighty, now it's time for Adeline to come down. Get our 1/1. This is the curve. I mean, this is what we got. Alright, do they have a creature we can Cathar away? They do. They have a Glissa. Brutal Cathar time, baby. I mean, this is why you play a Mono Aggro, to do shenanigans like this, and your opponents concede. I mean, that's why you play the deck. If you want to rank up, do it like this. Alrighty, GG's. Alrighty, we're going first, and we have a Thalia on turn 2, and a Peacekeeper on 3 potentially. We'll see what opponent is up to. We're on Demir. So I think that means Guardian is going to be a little better. You can discard a card to give this indestructible. We don't have any cards we're super thinking we want to discard. I think we'll go ahead and attack. Should have an Edict here. Damage coming. Alright, Peacekeeper time. What do they got? Okay, Depopulate, but only one. Oh, they do have second white. Vraska, Urza's Assemble of the Titans. Urza's Assemble of the Titans and Experimental Augury. I think we're going to name Depopulate. Pass the turn. So it should be 2 more to cast to populate. And looks like they don't have anything this turn except for the Aganjo. That means you're going to have to use the Aganjo, but that means you're not going to have second white potentially. Is the idea we're going for here at least. So what do you got here? Creature becomes an artifact. Creature, yada yada. Yeah, I think we're gonna do the adversary route. Pay the life, and then we'll attack with each. Experimental Augury here. Okay, so they are really gonna try to depopulate. Interesting. I figured they would Aganjo there. But we'll get in some damage. There's lethal on the board. What our opponent has to combat what we have going on. We just know this. No second white. Okay. We'll go to combat and attack. Not sure what's going on here with our opponent. I'm just gonna Aganjo our stuff. Gonna cost him a life to do it though. Yeah. That's fine. Dealing some damage. Gonna play this Phyrexian Vindicator. I think we'll pass the turn. I don't think we care too much about the swamp. I think we'll be fine to discard it. Opponent really must not be on second white because they would have gotten our Peacekeeper with the Aganjo. It's still taking more damage though. They have Vraska. It's going to cost them 2 life though. And they'll still be dead to whatever else we have. And then -2 on the Vindicator, for instance. Opponent's in a bind for sure here. The thing with the mono white deck puts you in a bind. GG's. All right, we're going first. Have a Skrelv into some 3-drops. We'll keep. The absolute best way this hand could shape up was if we Skrelv into a 2-drop and then draw 2 more lands. We'll see if we can get so lucky. There's soldiers. Definitely could be. Attack with the Skrelv. No need to keep up the protection right now. Give the opponent a little bit of toxic. Think about. All right, what do they have here? Like Ganjo's their second land. Worth noting. All right, try this Adeline. See if we need to keep a way to protect it up. Go ahead and pass the turn. They try to target our Adeline, we will affect it with the Skrelv. Virtuoso. One of those decks. Okay. My turn. All right, buddy. Well, I have bad news for you about the brutal Cathar that's coming your way. And that's GG's. That's all you need, folks. Oh my goodness. This deck is brutal, man. On the play. Alrighty, we have Hopeful Initiate into Peacekeeper and Cathar. And there's Voldaren Epicure, which can be blocked by an Initiate. So that's good for us. We have a lot of lands going on now, though. Phoenix check, yep. Mono faces Cox. Okay. Coming in. A block. Not coming in, okay. Skrelv. So not a great start from us against Mono Red. We'd like to see he's one of our life-linking threats. At least this Peacekeeper is a 3/3. Recognize Warfare, okay. We're block. Trade for that for sure. Name Lightning Strike. Go ahead and pass the turn. They draw a land for Lightning Strike for this Peacekeeper. Another Cockazin, okay. And they have an Epicure coming. Yep, some more damage our way. Do I block this Kumano? Ooh, they're not going to trade the etchings. We're fine with that, certainly. I'm going to pass. We'll go ahead and draw. That one's pretty good, folks. That one right there is pretty good. Don't think we want to attack with Peacekeeper yet, though. Alright, so if they tag with anything, we're blocking and shooting whatever damage they get with it to something else. Would you like to... Ooh, opponent, you would like to attack? Oh. I'm about to find out a lesson in Phyrexian Vindicator. Yep, I'd like to do 1 damage to that Epicure. Sorry, opponent. My turn. I think it's time for a Brutal Cathar. Give me that etching. Throw a little bit of Hopeful Initiate in there, why not? And I think we'll attack with both of these bad boys. I think we want to keep this Vindicator back for the flipped Kumano. Alright, give them a Toxic. They don't even want a Blood. Interesting that they didn't want a Blood there. Now they have the amount of lands. Are they going to kill the Peacekeeper? They are going to kill the Peacekeeper. Interesting. Okay. Lay down arms. Sure, lay down arms. Getting rid of this etchings. Going to at least attack with the Hopeful Initiate here. Skrelv too. Do I want to attack with the Vindicator? I think I do. I'm just going to jam with everybody. Just do my best to kill my opponent as fast as possible. Put him on a 2-turn clock. You do have a Mechanized Warfare, but it's probably hard for them to kill him, especially if they draw land and aren't cycling it with blood. This Phyrexian Vindicator really swung the game. The fact that it has flying is absurd. Just makes the mirror match so good if you can get to this. Brutal Cathar, yeah. Go for it. How's lethal damage? Is that good? Is lethal damage good? I think it's good. Ha! Mono white beating mono red. GG. Okay, we're going first. This is a slow hand. I think we're gonna mulligan. This is a much better hand. I think we're gonna keep and get rid of this Skrelv on this hand. But against Fred, fun stuff. All right, we're hoping that Phyrexian Vindicator is good in whatever matchup we're in. Okay, do they have a lay down arms? They're thinking about something here, so might be a lay down arms. They are thinking about lay down arms. Okay. Turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 Adeline, and maybe turn 4 Vindicator. I mean, that's about what we can ask for on the draw here. All right, well, it's Adeline time. Start getting in. Is our opponent playing depopulate version? Not sure. What do they have here? Destroy evil, sure. Attack for 3. We're just running out our creatures. Still have a lay down arms in our pocket. Opponent can't cast to depopulate this turn because of the Thalia, at least. Skrelv's Hive. Okay. Getting in. They're playing Skrelv's Hive. What's the chance they're playing Depopulate? I think we play this deck. We go all in. We're on a mulligan to 6. I don't think we can play tit for tat. I think we have to just go all in and hope it's good enough. Do they have the Depopulate or do they not have the Depopulate? It's a question we're asking. Can our opponent answer it? They don't have the Depopulate. They have a Mondrak. Is it better to... So they can't do anything here. So we take 5 lethal damage, yeah. GG's. Can't block the Vindicator. Sorry about it. Does that say lifelink? I don't think it does. And that's GG's. Just bullying people with mono white right now. Yeah, it's a frustrating deck to play against for a reason. But if you want to rank up, it's a good deck to play. GG's. Okay, we're going first, but a suspect hand, so we'll mulligan that one. And we'll keep this and put a Cathar back, probably. We'll put a land back. But then I'd be banking a really hard draw on one. Highest upside play is to put a land back and keep the Cathars. See what our opponent does with the mulligan. Might affect what we do. They kept 7. Yeah, we're gonna keep 6. I think we are gonna put down Cathar. Hope it works out this way. It'll be tough if we just flood out, but I'm not really anticipating that happening too much. Their opponent on. Mono white as well. We did draw plans. We can be done drawing lands for the rest of the game now. That would be nice. I got to see what was on the top of my deck. I think I would have bottomed or kept Cathar bottom of the plane instead, but you know, it's not part of the game. Sometimes you gamble and lose on the opening hands. Opponent's deciding if they want to do anything here. I mean, not sure what's going on. Double planes. They have the nice Phyrexian planes and a farm hand, and pretty good against the intrepid adversary. I do have to admit, it's a little unfortunate. Do we really want to brutal Cathar this? Guess that's what I'm doing. Getting in maximum damage. What does our opponent have on turn 3 here? Thalia would not be a bad draw for us to lay the Wrath yet another turn. And have a removal spell for our Cathar. They get another Plains if they do, but they have a lot of cards in hand. What are they thinking? Lauren. Sure. We'll trade an Intrepid Adversary for a Lauren. Don't think we want to trade this Brutal Cathar though. Not right now. When we can Skrelv it next turn. Okay. Question we're going to ask is, again, do they have Depopulate? If the answer is yes, we are going to concede. To be quite frank. If the answer is no, we're going to beat down our opponent. Drew a couple too many lands here for us, but make do with what you got. Our best play is to go all in. Do they have, if they have a removal spell for Adeline, they should use it now. That is true. They let us untap with the Skrelv. It's be a lot harder. They have a Wandering Emperor. Skrelv is going to put in some work against that. I'm going to pass. So that really feels like they do have a Wandering Emperor. So I think we're fine to just attack every non-Skrelv creature. See what they do. Wandering Emperor, sure.
Feel the energy of battle.
You gonna make a 2/2?
Guide it like water.
I'll attack the Wandering Emperor, sure. Create the Samurai. Samurai is not great at blocking anything here. Yep, that makes sense. We're fine with that. We could have given it protection, but I think I'd much rather give Adeline or anything else we have here protection. Their opponent running Wrath. If they run a Wrath here, we're in tough shape. Okay, where is that coming? Skrelv. Okay. I think we're gonna target this Adeline. They're gonna get our Skrelv, but we're gonna. They have Faithful Absence. They could have a Fateful Absence. Destroy Evil. Okay, yeah. Well played by our opponent there. They have a Lay Down Arms too. Oh my goodness. Opponent is just... They had it all. They absolutely had it all. I mean, that's what happens. You force your opponent... I mean, we're on a mulligan of 6 and we drew poorly, right? And we still forced our opponent to have a perfect draw to beat us. And it looks like they are going to do just that. Daytime so we can get one of the Samurais. But still too many lands here. Eternal Wanderer. Yeah, with that, we'll call GG's. Yeah, we were close. Mulligan to 6 made our opponent have it. And they had it. Hey, that's the beauty of this deck, though. You push them to have it, you win or lose. Win or lose fast, which is fun, too, if you want to rank up. GG's. Okay, we're going first, and I like the look of this hand. Hopeful Initiate into Thalia. Into Guardian. Oh, do they have? They do have to play with fire right away. Okay. Play this Thalia, then make them pay 1 more. See if our opponent is on the aggro version of Mono Red or what exactly they're on. They decided to not attack. Okay, well, I think in that instance we'll play a adversary and pass. No fire. Play with fire for the Thalia. Sure. Come on, oh sure. Does this mean you want to attack with a Swiss Spear? We're gonna gain the life back if you do. No blocks from us. We'll gain that life back for sure. Ooh, and an Adeline. Yeah, this has got to be a comically easy matchup with the Intrepid Adversary, Thalia, Phyrexian Vindicator. I mean, all these cards are really good. They have to kill the Adeline too. I mean, Maybe that's a way for them to get ahead. Non-combat damage with Sulfim. Okay. So now we have enough to block the Sulfim at least. Really, we just want to get this Vindicator down eventually. If we can get a Vindicator down, I think we'll be in good shape. They have a, you know, Flay the Fire kills their Adeline. Really, any burn spell kills their Adeline. They're on 5 lands, which is good for us. We kind of flooded a little bit. Sulfim is pretty good. You can get an indestructible counter on it eventually as well. They have to discard 2 cards to do it. Might be worth it to them eventually. Your attack, you're going to tap this bad boy. It means we have a long way we can get, a lot of stuff we can do to get in. Okay. Our turn. Plains was a pretty good draw there for this Phyrexian Vindicator. Yeah, sorry about it, opponent. It's pretty good. I know, it's pretty good. We'll pass. If we ever draw Plains, and I think we'll get in with the discard a new Benalia or something we can discard. This Phyrexian Vindicator is too valuable to discard, though. Opponent could just be saving lots of removal spells to fire at our face. Urbrask's Forge. What does this do? You can combat any turn, put an oil counter on it. Create an X1 Phyrexian or with trample and haste. Okay, well. If they attack with that, we're blocking and shooting at damage somewhere, so that's not too bad for us. Not too worried about that. Damage is only going to their face, so I mean it wouldn't be terrible for them, but you know, not a great attack nonetheless. Okay, we did draw Plains. Which means I definitely think we're fine to enlist here. Oops, nope. Combat. Let me go ahead and enlist. Enlist the Adeline. Go and scry 2. Don't think we need either of these. If our opponent decides they want to discard some cards, it's gonna block with the etchings. Sure. Every useless card we draw, we can make them chump block once, so it's nice at least. These Vindicators obviously have flying and they're 2-turn clock. Probably should have attacked with a Vindicator that turn. Yeah, probably should have. That's okay. At least we'll make sure they're locked down on the ground. Indestructible, okay. Light up the night. Yep. Creates a 2/2. Lay down arms. Doesn't seem bad, folks. Doesn't seem bad. How about an attack? That seems good, doesn't it? It's a casual, I don't know, 19 to your opponent. Mono red, pretty good matchup. GG's. All right, we're back with a wrap up for Mono White Aggro, and this deck is phenomenal. If you're playing best of one, I think it's a maybe even the best deck you can choose. It's just, it does everything you want it to do. It punishes your opponents for slow draws. It has a fantastic matchup against probably the most played deck in the format in Mono Red. And the games go really fast. So if you want to rank up quickly, you play a bunch of games fast. Let's say you win, 65% of the time with this deck, just on, average. That's a lot of ranking up pretty fast. You don't have to put too much time in there to get to your preferred rank. Pretty nice from that perspective. The newcomers, Skrelv and Phyrexian Vindicator, are fantastic. Just having Skrelv on turn 1 and then just being able to protect any creature if you want to play slowly, or you know, the last creature you played, or what. I mean, whatever. I mean, the nice thing about Skrelv is you just play it on turn 1. You just, all you have to do is just not attack for it. And it's just always a protection spell your opponent has to respect. And also, it just you can tap it to give it hexproof and make it not be blocked by a creature of a certain color this turn, and get in extra damage that way. You can get in huge Adeline hits with the Skrelv protection clause as well. Just fantastic. It's a fantastic card. It slots very well into this deck. So one drop that this deck was probably lacking on that just is fantastic throughout the rest of the game. Phyrexian Vindicator, you know, in combination with Thalia and Intrepid Adversary, makes your mono red matchup laughably good. Your mono red opponent, literally all they do is deal damage, and Phyrexian Vindicator prevents damage and deals that damage to any other target. So you already had must kill threats in you know, Intrepid Adversary, so that they don't want you to gain a life. Thalia, so that it doesn't disrupt their burn package as much. And Brutal Cathar, so they can get their creature back. Adeline, so you don't have a huge X4 vigilance creature attacking them. Those are all creatures your opponent really were interested in killing already. And your Phyrexian Vindicator just is on top of that. It's a creature they just actually can't kill, which is just it's absurd in that matchup, and in a lot of creature-based matchups. And that's probably the biggest reason this deck is doing so well right now. It's the biggest power jump that it got was a Vindicator, although Skrelv was also fantastic as well. Can't say enough good things about this deck. If your you know, primary objective is to win as many games as possible. If your primary objective is to have as much fun as possible, I'm not really going to advocate for this deck. I don't think it's the deck for having a lot of fun, unless your fun is tied to solely your win rate. It's you know, on the other side, it's soul crushing for your opponent to just get beat up by Mono Aggro. I feel a little dirty playing it. It's just, and honestly, from this spot, even playing the deck can be a little soul crushing to just be on the play with a good draw and basically know the game's over already unless your opponent has perfect hand. But that's how Magic goes sometimes. Sometimes there's a really good deck in the format, and you should leverage it if you're trying to rank up. If you're someone who's never been to Diamond rank, never been to Mythic rank, I would just try to get as many reps in with this deck as possible, if that's what your goal is. If your goal is to get to those ranks, and see if you can do it. There's a good chance you already had a lot of the wild cards for this. A lot of cards already for this deck, so you don't have to spend too much wild cards outside of the Vindicator and the Skrelv, which it is a hefty wild card investment. But if you had the rest of the deck from a mono white deck from the previous standard, then you're pretty close. You know, there's only the 7 new upgrades, and so I would recommend it. If you like this deck, you'll probably also like the last standard deck I played. I can promise you, it's a lot more fun, a lot less just meta deck than this one. And I would like to see your deck feature on the channel. I build decks. You know, this is a deck that's mostly a stock list. I didn't have to do too much editing or building for this deck. But I do play my own decks. You see these in the last few videos on the channel. But I really, where my bread and butter is I love to play decks you guys create and edit and tinker with them if I think I can improve it or make it more fun, or just in my own personal flavor. So please submit those. Looking for more decks to play. And until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.